We have some huge breaking news regarding the Ottawa Senators finally taking a major step forward to getting their new downtown arena. We'll discuss the details coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some breaking news out of Ottawa regarding the Ottawa Senators finally getting their new downtown arena at the Lebreton Flats location that the City of Ottawa has been looking to develop for some time. It was just announced here, the National Capital Commission, NCC, had their meeting. It was just announced. They put this out on Twitter here with the first image of the potential arena that should be built here soon, essentially confirming that the Ottawa Senators are the preferred bidder for this project. Of course, we know that they had a bid open here recently. We know it's been a number of months since the bidding closed, and everybody who put a bid in was basically sworn to secrecy and told if they spoke publicly about their bids that they could be kicked out of the process and banned from getting selected. So obviously it's been pretty hush-hush, pretty top secret, but we now have confirmation of that. So essentially, I'll give you a couple slides here from their presentation. Essentially, it shows that the process from bidding up until now, the lease is expected to be signed sometime early 2023. So probably over the next 6 to 8 months, that process will take place. Like I said, just like on the Arizona Coyotes situation, this is not an absolute slam dunk guarantee it's going to happen, but it's a pretty big step in the right direction. And at this point, we don't have any reason to think it won't happen. Something would have to go horribly wrong. So essentially, at this point, the Senators have some pretty good partners to work with as well. So 2023, sometime early next year, we should have a confirmation of a signed lease. Then it has to go through some provincial and federal approvals, which will take place later through 2023. And then everything will be prepped and construction could start sometime later in the year in 2024. So at this point, we're probably looking at 2026 before they'd be ready to open the arena for their first season. 26-27 would probably be my guess at this point. So like I said, we're probably looking at about a 4-year time frame where you got to go through about another year or so of the actual official process and then a few years to build. So I don't know the exact time frame on building when it'll be open. That's just the best guess on my part. But this is absolutely phenomenal news for a team that has gone through its fair share of adversity and struggles. Of course, at one point, early in the Melnyk era, Eugene was looked upon as being the savior of the franchise. By the end of his tenure, at the end of his life, I should say, the last few years, he was looked upon as having quite the not so great relationship with the fan base who wanted to see somebody else run this team. And obviously, he was looked upon as, cutting costs, looked upon as being cheap and all that. But at this point, this is kind of like Eugene's last good deed to the City of Ottawa and its fans, because obviously he was involved with getting everything signed to submit this bid before he passed away. So regardless of what you thought of him before, this was something that he and his staff and team have been working on, and they got the job done and submitted before his health got to the point that he succumbed to that. So that's obviously, like I said, his last good deed to the City of Ottawa. I know I've certainly been critical of him over the years as well, and wasn't a fan of how he always did business, but he's no longer with us now, so that doesn't matter anymore, and this is a big step forward. Obviously, we'll see what his daughters, Anna and Olivia, decide to do. At this point, they have not made any indications they want to sell, but this might change their mind too, because I would suspect getting a brand new arena downtown, whether or not be now or further into the process, it's going to really increase the value of this team. I think the estimated value is around $600 million now. I would suspect with this new arena, they're going to be one of the teams that are going to be closer to that $1 billion mark. So if anything, it would really be a big boost to their sale value, and we'll see where things go. Now, of course, when they announce the preferred bidder, here's the list of partners that are going to be teaming up with this company to get this arena on board. So, of course, Capital Sports Development Inc. is announced as the preferred bidder. That is the Melnyk-owned company that runs and operates the Ottawa Senators. So, obviously, a list of senators there below that as being involved. And then it shows a list of other companies, including Sterling Project Development, Populous, Tipping Point Sports, and Live Nation. Live Nation is a huge concert promoter. As we know, I believe they're I think they're pretty sure they're even the largest in the world, or at least the largest in North America for sure. So those are some really strong partners that would have deep pockets. Certainly, obviously they want to have it more than just be a hockey arena. They really want to develop the downtown core of the city of Ottawa, bring a lot more concerts and events and other things like that to the core of the city, and really get more people downtown and just kind of revitalize the whole area. So this could be, like I said, an absolutely huge development, not just for the hockey team, but for the entire city and surrounding area. So this is phenomenal news for sure, especially where you have an Ottawa Senators hockey team right now that's still in its infancy with all these young, high-quality players that are just in the process of either getting their feet wet in the NHL or in some cases just getting their long-term deal signed. So we'll still have your top players like your Brady Tkachuk's and Thomas Chabot's and your Josh Norris, Drake Batherson's, Timmy Stützle still in their prime years when this arena would be opened if indeed everything moves forward like it's supposed to here. So I'm going to show you some images as well that were released to give you an idea of what things will look like. I mean, the concepts look absolutely beautiful. So we'll see where this goes. Obviously, like I said, this is going to be a massive undertaking, a massive project for the city, for the team, for its fans. I know I obviously don't live in Ottawa, but many of you who follow the channel know that the Senators are my favorite hockey team that I do cheer for. I try not to let any biases show in any of the videos, of course, but obviously I've been to Ottawa numerous times to attend games. So from an outsider, I've never really seen a lot of the complaints of the people that live in the area, the commute to Canada, because of course when I go, I just get a hotel in the Canada area close to the arena. It's not a big deal for me, but of course usually we visit downtown and do lots of stuff and go back and forth, and I never really found it that big of a deal. But I guess if I'm living there and I'm closer to downtown and I'm getting off work and I'm trying to, decide what I'm going to do for get some dinner, go to the game, things like that, it probably would be a little bit more frustrating. So I certainly understand, where a lot of the locals come from in that regard. And obviously this could be, absolutely huge for the city. Like I said, not just for hockey, but getting a lot of other events just to make it more of a marquee area to, have other style of events, concerts, etc. and want to make Ottawa a prime stop when they're touring around. So that is your news for now. That's just phenomenal news for Ottawa. Like I said, I know a lot of people have been concerned over the stability of this franchise. I think this is a big step forward to making sure that this team is stable and remains in the market for decades to come. This is exactly what this team needs. I'm sure the NHL will be quite pleased as well. We know Gary Bettman likes to go to bat and keep his teams where they are. We've seen what he's done for the Coyotes organization, and Ottawa is really nowhere near the situation that the Coyotes have found themselves in, where they're pretty desperate to find themselves a long-term home solution. At least the Senators do have a good arena in Canada, the Canadian Tire Center, that they can continue to use here, which is, obviously it's more about the location and taking things to the next step and getting things more modern and just really growing the business, the franchise, in the city. So overall, let me know your thoughts on this big breaking news out of the Ottawa area, and we'll discuss further down in the comment section. If you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe and stick around. We'll keep you up to date with the latest news, rumors, and analysis on all 32 NHL teams. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.